Kim Il-sung. Even if you don't know much about North Korea, you've probably heard the name. He was the country's founder and first leader. He ruled for almost half a century, from 1948 until his death in 1994. He remains a significant figure in North Korea to this day. Kim Il-sung is officially designated as the country's eternal president. His birthday, April 15th, is a major holiday. His image is everywhere in North Korea, on buildings, in schools and in homes. To understand North Korea today, you need to understand Kim Il-sung. His life and legacy continue to shape the country in profound ways. His ideology, known as Juche, emphasizes self-reliance and national unity. This essay will explore Kim Il-sung's life, his rise to power, and his impact on North Korea. It will also examine his legacy in the 21st century. Kim Il-sung's early life is shrouded in myth and propaganda. Even his birth date is disputed. Official North Korean accounts claim he was born on April 15, 1912, in a small village near Pyongyang. However, historians believe he was actually born a year earlier. They suggest his family were poor peasants. It's believed Kim's grandfather worked as a caretaker for a wealthy landowner. This detail is often omitted from official accounts, which portray Kim's family as more prosperous. Kim's family were Christians. His father was a teacher and a devout Presbyterian. Kim himself received religious education in his youth. This is ironic considering the atheistic nature of the state he would later establish. His family opposed Japanese rule, a sentiment that deeply influenced young Kim. In 1920, when Kim was only 8 years old, his family fled to Manchuria, China, to escape Japanese oppression. This early experience of exile had a profound impact on him. Kim Il-sung's time in Manchuria was crucial in shaping his political ideology and leadership skills. He joined the Communist Youth League in the early 1930s. He quickly rose through the ranks, demonstrating his leadership potential. During this period, he participated in guerrilla warfare against the Japanese forces occupying Manchuria. He honed his military skills and developed a reputation for strategic thinking. He became known for his bravery and tactical acumen. After the defeat of Japan in World War II, Korea was divided. The Soviet Union occupied the north and the United States occupied the south. In the north, the Soviets needed a leader to head the newly formed Democratic People's Republic of Korea. They chose Kim Il-sung, partly due to his communist credentials and his wartime experience. In 1948, at the age of 36, Kim Il-sung became the premier of North Korea. He was a charismatic leader, skilled in propaganda and adept at consolidating power. He quickly moved to eliminate his political rivals and establish a one-party state. Central to Kim Il-sung's rule was the ideology of Juche. This philosophy stresses national self-reliance in politics, economics, and defense. It emphasizes Korean nationalism and independence from foreign influence. Juche became the guiding principle of North Korean society. It permeated all aspects of life, from education and culture to industry and agriculture. The government promoted self-sufficiency in food production, even if it meant economic hardship for the population. The Juche idea was also used to justify North Korea's isolationist policies. Kim Il-sung argued that the country needed to protect itself from the hostile intentions of capitalist nations, particularly the United States. This siege mentality became deeply entrenched in North Korean society. While Juche promoted a sense of national pride and unity, it also came at a cost. It stifled dissent, limited individual freedoms, and prioritized state control over individual well-being. Section 5, a system built on loyalty, the Songbun Policy. To maintain his grip on power, Kim Il-sung implemented the Songbun system. This rigid social hierarchy classified citizens based on their perceived loyalty to the regime. Your Songbun ranking determined your access to education, employment, housing, and even food rations. Those deemed loyal, often those with family ties to the revolution or party officials, enjoyed privileged lives. They had access to better opportunities and lived comfortably. Those deemed suspect or hostile, including anyone with relatives who had fled to South Korea, faced discrimination and hardship. The Songbun system created a climate of fear and suspicion. It discouraged dissent and fostered an environment of obedience. It ensured loyalty to the regime, but at the expense of individual freedom and social mobility. The Songbun system remains in place in North Korea today. It continues to impact the lives of ordinary citizens, dictating their life chances and opportunities. Section 6. Cult of personality larger than life. Kim Il-sung cultivated a pervasive cult of personality. He was presented as an infallible leader, a benevolent father figure who guided his people with wisdom and love. Propaganda lauded his achievements, exaggerating his wartime exploits and attributing all successes to his leadership. Statues of Kim Il-sung were erected across the country. His portraits adorned every public space. Children were taught to revere him as the great leader and sing songs praising his virtues. His birthdays were national holidays, marked by elaborate celebrations and displays of loyalty. This cult of personality served to legitimize Kim Il-sung's rule and suppress dissent. It fostered an environment of unquestioning obedience and discouraged any challenge to his authority. It created an image of Kim Il-sung as a godlike figure, separate from and superior to ordinary citizens. Section 7. Kim Il-sung's North Korea, a land of contrasts. Under Kim Il-sung's leadership, North Korea underwent significant changes. The country rapidly industrialized, transforming from an agrarian society to one focused on heavy industry. Education and healthcare were provided free of charge, albeit heavily infused with state ideology. However, this progress came at a cost. The government prioritized military spending over the needs of its people. It invested heavily in its nuclear program, even as its citizens faced food shortages. North Korea remained largely isolated from the rest of the world. Its economy struggled to keep pace, and its people faced severe restrictions on their freedoms and movement. Kim Il-sung's rule presented a stark contrast, a nation that had made strides in certain areas, but at the expense of basic human rights and economic prosperity. Section 8. The legacy of Kim Il-sung, a divided peninsula. Kim Il-sung's legacy is a complex one. He is credited with leading the fight for Korean independence from Japanese rule and laying the foundation for the DPRK. He oversaw significant advancements in education, healthcare, and industrialization. However, his rule was also marked by authoritarianism, economic mismanagement, and human rights abuses. He created a system where dissent was crushed and individual liberties were suppressed. His decision to invade South Korea in 1950 led to a devastating war that divided the peninsula and continues to have repercussions today. Kim Il-sung's legacy is inescapably linked to the division of Korea and the ongoing tensions on the peninsula. His emphasis on self-reliance and military strength contributed to North Korea's isolation and its adversarial relationship with the international community. Section 9. Kim Il-sung in the 21st century, still revered. Despite his death in 1994, Kim Il-sung remains a ubiquitous presence in North Korea. His embalmed body lies in state in the Kumsusan Palace of the Sun, a mausoleum dedicated to his memory. His birthday is still a major national holiday, marked by parades, speeches, and displays of loyalty. His grandson, Kim Jong-un, who assumed power in 2011, continues to invoke his grandfather's legacy. He rules with the same authoritarian grip, maintaining the cult of personality and the Songbun system. He uses Kim Il-sung's image to legitimize his own rule and justify his policies. Kim Il-sung's influence extends beyond North Korea's borders. He is still revered by some communist and socialist movements around the world. His writings on Juche continue to be studied, and his legacy is debated by scholars and historians. Section 10. Conclusion. An enduring legacy. Kim Il-sung's life and legacy are inextricably intertwined with the story of North Korea. He was a complex and contradictory figure, a revolutionary leader who fought for independence but established a totalitarian state, a charismatic figure who commanded the adoration of millions but ruled through fear and repression. His impact on North Korea is undeniable. He shaped the country's ideology, its political system, and its place in the world. His legacy continues to be felt today in the lives of ordinary North Koreans and in the ongoing tensions on the Korean peninsula. Understanding Kim Il-sung is crucial to understanding North Korea. His life and rule offer valuable insights into the challenges and complexities of this reclusive nation.